Hi, thank you so much for the privilege to engage. My name is Mpoloka. I am a sports enthusiast. I think we all started one day in our lives where some of the younger generation we wanted to be football stars, and we collided with the sport of football, team sports. But I think where my journey started in terms of my love for sport and health and wellness as an overall was when I got the opportunity to work for FIFA at the 2010 World Cup. I had the opportunity of running the Loftus Stadium in what was called hospitality logistics. So our mandate as FIFA under the organizing committee was to basically manage VVIPs, and all the hospitality suites. And that opportunity really opened my mind to the business of sport. Obviously, FIFA's model is using football as a pull factor for other auxiliary business, whether it's merchandising, whether it is hospitality. And I had the opportunity to see some of the greats like Arsene Wenger, Maradona, and it really, really opened my vision towards how or what is the power of sports. Fast tracked, I moved back from South Africa, moved back to Botswana, and I've always believed in the American model of sport where a radius of 2 kilometers in low income areas, there's a basketball court. And that has made the bottom line, which is, American basketball, what it is today. So a group of friends of mine, we came together and we registered a non-profit organization titled Pula Sports Development Association. And our mandate was to use sport as a pull factor to address social challenges in underprivileged communities. Through that vehicle, we birthed what is called the first Buntling Futsal Park. It is essentially a futsal park. Futsal is five-a-side football played on a hard surface, discovered in South America. That's what's made the likes of Brazilian, Argentinian, and South American football what it is, being able to fast develop technical skills in small spaces. So we built the first community sports park in Gaborone, Botswana. And it was an exciting experience where, you could see the power of sport. You could see the power of health and wellness and redirecting the energies of youth into positive avenues. I mean, right now, whether we like it or not, we're in crisis mode. We have the collapse of school sport. And sport in Botswana has become more of an economic privilege. If you're economically able to redirect your children into extracurricular activities, they have a fighting chance. And that's what the Buntling Futsal Park represented. We wanted to build in lower income communities, in the heart of those communities, to redirect kids away from drugs and substance abuse, and put them in areas where they could gain people skills, soft skills, learn about different elements of life through the pull factor that is sport. And that journey showed me that sport is a powerful tool that, in my opinion, as Swift and Mpoloka, is being underutilized. And it's so important that we have platforms like Workplay that garner or cultivate a new perception of health and wellness outside of team sport. What it does for the physical body, what it does for interaction, breaking down economic barriers. What I love about sport or football or any other sport, it doesn't care where you come from. It doesn't care your economic background. You could be from privilege such as the Golf Estate or from Buntleng or Old Naledi, when you get onto the sports pitch, you're nothing but footballers. You're nothing but, kids or people that just want to achieve one goal. So cultivating that kind of unity. And through that journey, I was headhunted by Ubonetse Motelesi and Gareth Matthews, who are also crazy sports enthusiasts. I mean, Obi has been part of, establishing the infrastructure of five-a-side for over 15, close to 20 years from his university days, organizing five-a-side tournaments and, garnering this, cultivating the spirit of sport. And together they founded an organization called Super 5 Football Center, which was the first five-a-side football center located at Molapo Crossing. Obviously, our value system collided when I saw what they did in terms of football business, bringing together a number of corporate teams, creating football leagues in terms of corporate teams competing in football, creating a platform for grassroots development through the infrastructure of sport. I felt at home. It's a business that I'm very passionate about. I've learned a lot from Super Fives in terms of sports management, the business of sport, and communicating with private sector in terms of corporate social responsibility, in terms of sponsorship. There's also a language of sports that must be developed. I mean, we've collided with the University of Botswana, seeing how many sports graduates are coming out of the University of Botswana and are looking for platforms and sports business. And, you learn that, there's such an important component of sports that needs to be developed. And I'm so privileged and I'm happy. And I already consider myself as an ambassador of work play in terms of understanding the value system of sports, including, funny enough, I'm having a conversation with my wife right now. My son is 10 years old. He loves football. We brought him up into grassroots development. And we're actually now having a conversation of, pulling my son out of, conventional school, taking him to homeschooling, and whereby he wakes up, he does football in the morning for 3 hours, he does homeschooling for 3 hours, then he goes back onto the football pitch for football. Because, we are seeing the rise of, a different caliber of parenting, a parent that is sort of pushing and supporting our kids, bana ba rona, to become what they're passionate about. So I think this is a brilliant platform. I love it, and I hope to see a lot of more of these conversations around how can we support, how can we create better infrastructure. I mean, so many of the older generation still to this day reference the Chappies League. A lot of them say, remember the days of the Chappies League. And those are conversations that need to be had in terms of how do we establish solid infrastructure? How can we play our role in reviving school sport in Botswana? How can we give kids a fighting chance to become wholesome individuals? Not all of them are going to be professional athletes, but sport has the power of bringing to life health and wellness. And like I say, I'm turning 40 this year. I'm active. I'm playing football. I'm ensuring that my health and wellness profile is clean. I'm doing all my tests, but that's also because I had the economic privilege of understanding the power of sport. So I look forward to engaging. I look forward to having a lot more of these conversations and profiling the various elements of, how I contribute to sport through being an employee at Super 5 Football, to being a founder of Pula Sports Development, to being a sports enthusiast, to being a parent of a child that loves football and loves sport. And I sincerely hope and wish Work Play all the best. My name is Mpoloka, and that's my background and how I collided with health and wellness. I talk too much,
So
brother.